Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish.
This is
The Petri dish, the Petri dish, the Petri dish. This is the Petri dish. There's something growing in here, and today it's the amount of birds in my front yard. I got a clip of bush next to my house. There's a lot of fucking birds near my house.
Oh, okay. Well, I really dug the Yosemite Sam energy that you gave during the intro.
Yeah, that was just for you. That usually gets faded underneath the theme song, but I was really going for it.
Nice, yeah, that was dope.
I was just watching a bunch of stand-up clips just because, like, sometimes I want to dip my toe back into, like, what people are talking about.
Yeah.
And there was just a really good joke I heard from Hampton Yount about how he, like, guns in real life, he's not about having guns in real life. But in movies, if a gun's not there, he's, like, pissed off.
Okay.
So I'm like, and now I'm fucking gunned up, I guess.
Yeah. Gotcha.
There we go. This will get us demonetized.
Oh, no.
It's got an orange tip. It's got an orange tip.
It's got an orange
It's safely pointed away. All right. I might cut that. Who knows?
Okay.
Toyota, vayamos juntos.
Vayamos juntos. Well, yeah. What is vayamos juntos? We juntos? Oh,
I don't remember.
Okay. I don't know what we juntos. Yeah.
I just don't ever. I think ours is in English, but I don't listen to our podcast because I already listened to it like 3 times before it goes up. So
yeah,
I don't ever hear the ads. But all the
Fair
other
enough.
podcasts I listen to, the ads are in Spanish.
Cool.
Well, not all of them, but like some of them. So like the Toyota commercials I know are mostly in Spanish. So like I don't know what
awesome.
the actual translation is. I think it's like a completely different catchphrase or whatever in English.
Okay.
But I'm all about Toyota. Vayamos juntos.
Vamos juntos. Yeah, it's probably we
video juegos.
Yeah. I was gonna say we start a revolution. We freedom fight.
And that's what we do here on this loveliest of podcasts. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I didn't do a man or bear this week because nothing new or interesting has happened to bears. And everything new and interesting that has happened in the world is god awful.
Yes.
And it's like,
yeah.
There's only so many times I can hammer home that Israel is again bombing somebody in a ceasefire during man or bear. You know, there's only so many times that bit worked. And for like the 3rd week in a row, I'm like, wow, Israel bombed another hospital. That's fun.
Yeah.
Fucking Christ, man.
Yeah, it's so bad. It's so bad.
So yeah, no world news this week because it's all a fucking dump. Except for I do want to specifically say Elon Musk is now officially out of the government. Even though he fucked a bunch of things up and ruined a bunch of people's lives and stole everyone's personal information for who knows what sort of dubious conquests. Wink, wink, Palantir, the company that's now gonna create the database on all of us. But hey, in the very least, he had a black eye, which he says is from his son, which, you know, good.
Yeah.
Keep doing it, kid. You're our only hope. Star Wars style.
Yeah.
Fuck your dad up, dude.
Yeah.
Keep doing it.
Okay.
I watch Star Wars. I love freedom fighters fighting their dad. Fucking get him, kid.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that is freedom fighters fighting their dad. That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, you know, that's this week in the world and where my head space has been. I've been my algorithms have been all fucked up lately too. Like it's heavy trying to lead me down the the alt-right pipeline propaganda rage bait videos. And I'm like not falling for it. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna watch fucking vegan gardening videos now just to piss you off, algorithm. You're not gonna get me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch a bunch of like queer socialists do something theater related. Fuck you.
I didn't know that rage bait was a thing.
Yeah.
Until a friend of mine from the North Carolina comedy scene posts a funny rage bait on his Instagram story, and And we were talking about it one day, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting."
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
enjoy it in comedy settings in
right. And
light
that's
doses.
and that's what he is doing it in.
Yeah.
And
It's like going on
for
podcasts and fucking with the host. That's
yeah,
hilarious. Fuck a
yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
Like shake it
yeah,
up.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's I mean, it's meant to be in good faith and good humor. It's sort of like automated trolling, I guess.
Yeah, and in fact, there are specific AI bots meant to
Okay.
feed the rage algorithms through Twitter or whatever
Oh,
social media
wow.
you have, so they'll
Huh.
pump up, AI content or rage content, whatever's going to
Yeah.
feed it into everyone else's feed the fastest.
Okay.
That's why I don't
Damn.
accept like random follows or friends from people online
Oh yeah,
as
I don't do
much. Like I
that.
weed
Yeah.
those out because like
Yeah.
once they're in your circle, their algorithm starts feeding into your algorithm,
Yeah.
and they're trying to feed you their shit.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, I just don't add people I don't know that I haven't met in real life
Yeah.
because I just feel like if I haven't met you in real life, I probably don't want to see what your thoughts are,
Yeah.
you know, because, yeah, it's probably bad.
You doing anything cool this weekend, Jonathan?
Okay, so my parents are supposed to come tomorrow to celebrate my birthday with me.
Rad. Happy
Yes,
almost birthday.
Monday is the actual day.
Man, that
And
sucks.
so,
I was born
well,
on a Monday, I think, so I
I
understand.
was born on a Tuesday.
Oof.
I was born on a
At least it
Tuesday,
wasn't a
yeah.
Monday. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think Monday and Tuesdays get a bad rap.
Because of capitalism, yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah, fair enough. But
They're pretty decent days otherwise.
yeah, it's just as good a day as any other, really. Except for Friday. I have a fondness for Friday. I've
Yeah.
always had a fondness for Friday. I think it's nice.
Love a good Sunday afternoon.
Eh, I could take a leave a Sunday
You're from
afternoon.
the South. Sundays are a little
Yeah,
crazier for you.
yeah. I mean, they always involved church growing
Yeah.
up, and yeah, they were generally pretty good. I got to go to my grandma's for most of them, which is great. And my grandma would cook us food, so that was dope. But I had to sit through church first, and that was always a little hit and miss.
Yeah.
Even
Hey.
though even though I grew up in a good church, I stand by those people that I met and stuff.
I think the same thing about parts of the fraternity I was in. I was like, I do
Okay,
not stand by the organization, but I met
okay,
some solid dudes while I was there that
yeah,
are
yeah.
like, like I look now and I'm like, I did make the correct friends because I haven't deleted them off social media yet because they've survived
Nice.
2 Trump presidencies.
Yeah.
These people that I met in rural South Dakota, and they've withstood
Uh-huh.
the test. So I met some decent people.
Yeah. 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 I wasn't in a fraternity, but I was a part of a extracurricular organization. So it was like a fraternity, but it was
Yeah, like a club.
self-selecting. Yeah, it was a club, and we
Hell yeah.
designed and built a race car, and it was amazing.
It's always cool to
And
get together with a collective of some sort to do something
yes,
cool.
yes, it is, and so I feel thankful for meeting those people that I met when I was in college, but I
Yeah. I also met
I
some of
probably
the worst people in the whole world while I was there.
oh
Like it's
really
always a toss up. Yeah.
okay yeah, but this week I did Meals on Wheels.
Good.
I found out that Wednesday I've created for myself a 15-hour day, which is just like, I mean, it's all stuff I want to do, but I set it up in a way that is overwhelming, and honestly, it doesn't end till Thursday morning. I don't know. I used to just do 16-hour days. That was just my MO. But yeah, years and years of work 12-hour days and then stay up all night and maybe get 3 hours of sleep. Yeah, it's just bad news. But thankfully, I'm not doing that anymore.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But I did Meals on Wheels this week, and it was really nice. People were really nice. I did my welding class on Wednesday this week, and that was really nice. The professor is kind of funny, and we just weld stuff, and it's right up my alley. Pretty standard. I have a writing class 2 days a week too, and I wrote creatively. And I got some good stuff done. But basically, I'm compiling like prompts and ideas and stuff to revisit. I don't know how you get your comedy. I mean, do you write on stage when you're on the mic?
Not usually. Most of the
Okay,
time
yeah.
I write beforehand and then try to memorize, but most of the time
Okay.
when I'm on stage, I'm reading off of notes.
Okay.
At least lately, just because I can't keep shit in my brain.
That's okay. Yeah.
But it's
I
been
would.
good.
Yeah.
I've been trying
Yeah.
to write more, and a lot of the times the writing will come from just like me bullshitting with my wife, and then she'll be like, "That was funny," and I'm like, "Oh fuck, I gotta write it down."
Nice. Good. Good. That's good that she encourages you to write it down.
Yeah,
That's great. Yeah.
always nice to get that reminder, like, "Oh shit, I actually am funny. This is why I do this," because
Yeah.
it's it's
Yeah.
nice every once in a while.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking bullshit, let's get some stories to talk about.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Am I the asshole for not agreeing to share my room with my dad's girlfriend's daughter?
Okay.
I, 22 female, still live with my dad by choice. My mom passed away when I was 5, and it's just been the two of us ever since. He never dated anyone until now, and honestly, I'm proud of him for finally opening up again. His new girlfriend seems nice enough, and I want him to be happy. She has 3 kids, a son who's 18, an older daughter who's 29, who doesn't live with her, and a younger daughter who's 10. Recently, they've been spending more time at our house, and now they're officially moving in. For context, we live in a 3-bedroom house. My dad has the master bedroom. I've had my own room my entire life, and the 3rd bedroom is currently a guest room, home office, and storage combo. We also have a spacious basement and an attic, but both mostly filled with old stuff, some of it my mom's, but nothing can't be moved or reorganized. I'm a full-time student and also work part-time at a restaurant. I get a small monthly allowance from my dad, classic Indian dad behavior, but I still make my own money and support myself as much as I can while I study. I even pay him $50 in rent. Come on. Which is the most he'd let me give. Okay, I accept that.
Okay. Yeah,
I tried offering more, but he refused, so I'm not freeloading. I pull my weight. Okay. This is an Asian dad scenario. That kind of changes it for me in my head.
Okay. Okay.
This is an Asian daughter with an Asian dad. Let's see. Here's the issue. My dad told me that the 10-year-old will be sharing my room, as in I'm supposed to give up my privacy, routine, and personal space to suddenly share it with a 4th grader.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. She's not a bad kid, but she's loud, high energy, and constantly wants attention. She talks nonstop, touches things without asking, kid shit. Yeah. She'll go through my drawers, try on my stuff, barge in. Yeah, because she's very clingy. She doesn't, she's very clingy with me too, probably because I'm the closest in age among the women in the house, but it's draining.
Yeah.
I tried being patient and nice, but I'm already struggling to juggle school, work, and life. Sharing a room with someone who wakes up early, makes noise, and doesn't understand personal space would seriously affect my mental health and productivity. Yeah. Also, my dad actually agrees with me. He knows it's not fair to ask me to give up my space, and he's been trying to talk to his girlfriend about putting her daughter in the guest room instead. He also suggested that her son take the basement or attic, and her son is completely fine with that. In fact, he likes the idea of having the basement to himself and said he could even turn it into his own place, so it's not like anyone's protesting except the mom.
Oh.
But she still insists that her son needs his own room and doesn't want her son in the basement for reasons I honestly don't understand. She's not hearing anyone out, including my dad. Meanwhile, I'm just expected to step aside and give up my room I've had for all my life like it's no big deal. Yeah. I didn't ask for this new setup. I'm trying to be supportive, but I also didn't want to be pushed aside in my own home just because my dad is starting a new chapter. I don't hate the little girl, not at all, but I also think it's unfair for a 22-year-old university student with a job to be rooming with a 10-year-old who doesn't respect boundaries or understand what quiet time means.
Yeah.
Am I the asshole? No.
No.
Not at all.
No.
Like,
no, you are a reasonable human being.
That's a reason. Yeah, the lady who's moving in, I'm assuming it's a white lady. I don't know why. I'm just gonna assume that. It's just like, yeah, you gotta be with my daughter because girls have to share a room or whatever. Like, this seems like a mom trying to shovel a bunch of shit onto a girl who's like, I have a life.
Yeah.
The only negative thing I'll say towards her, and it's not even a negative, is just like, you're 22, suck it up and just move into the basement.
Yeah.
Like, if no one else is going to take the basement, be like, fine, fuck it then. She can have this room. I don't give a shit. I'm going to be in the attic or the basement.
Yeah.
You know, so like, it sucks you have to give up your room, even though you're paying rent to be there. But at a certain point, that mom can put her daughter wherever she wants because now they've moved in there. And if that's your room, it's going to have to be your room. Just suck it up and go to a different room because this situation's going to be fucked. But you're not the asshole no matter what happens.
No, you're not the asshole. That's for sure.
Yeah, I had to finish that story.
The mom is the asshole.
Okay, this is a little shorter.
Okay.
And this one caught me just because the scenario of the title is funny to me. Am I the asshole for telling my sister her wedding is embarrassing and I won't be a part of it?
Huh.
Now, before we even dig into it,
yeah,
I've been to a Minnesota Vikings / Green Bay Packers themed wedding.
Oh, wow.
And I would 100% understand if you were like, I'm not going to wear a Minnesota Vikings jersey to your fucking wedding, bro. You know, like, so let's dig into this one. My sister, 29 female, is getting married for the third time in September. Okay, 29, third wedding. I understand already.
Yeah.
I'm 27 female, her only sibling, and she wants me to be her maid of honor again, like the last two times. Her first wedding was a full-blown castle-themed deal with velvet corsets. Second one was Vegas, Elvis and all. This one, Renaissance fair. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Now hold on.
That's awesome.
I love. Yeah, this is what I'm like. You're the
maybe she is the
asshole.
Yeah, because Renaissance theme. Yeah,
Renaissance
great.
Theme,
yeah,
especially if it's your third wedding. Yeah, like fuck it, let's go full dorky fantasy.
yeah.
So she's calling it Enchanted Souls Union and wants me in a moss green gown with fake elf ears, like actually glued on elf ears. All right, I can see where it's starting to get weird.
Okay,
her fiance, 38 male, is fine, weird but fine. They met at a LARP weekend. They both speak in old-timey fantasy voices sometimes, even at dinner.
Yeah.
She literally ended her bridal shower invites with, "May swords be sharp and your goblets full." I wish I was kidding. I told her this feels more like a midlife crisis playdate than a wedding, and she lost it. Cried, accused me of being jealous and bitter, and a stuck-up, sad little corporate drone. Which is wild considering I've paid for her stuff so many times. Dress fittings, decorations, and even her second divorce lawyer when her parents refused.
Okay. Oh, wow.
No, but this is such a Hallmark movie, I'm a straight-laced city girl type behavior that this is so funny.
Yeah.
I said I love her, but I'm tired of playing cheerleader to those fairy tale weddings that crash within a year. She called me a judgmental asshole and disinvited me and then reinvited me 2 days later via a scroll. Yes, like an actual paper scroll in the mail. My mom says I should just suck it up and let her be happy. But I'm like, when do I get to say no to being dragged into her fantasy land? I love her, but I'm tired. It's not just the elf ears. It's the fact I know I'll be holding her while she sobs again by next summer. Am I the asshole or like low-key finally standing up for myself? I honestly can't tell anymore.
I would say vaguely an asshole, vaguely standing up for herself. It's kind of a mixed bag.
Yeah, I would say she is being an asshole, but in a proper situation where this sister needs someone in her life to be like, another fucking wedding for tens of thousands of dollars to a guy you're not going to even fucking like in a year. Yeah. You know, like, that's a legit conversation you and your sister need to have. Right. But you shouldn't be calling her wedding tacky and saying you don't want to be a part of it. That's the asshole move.
Okay,
is like shitting on the theme and being a dick about the wedding when your real problem is with this dude who you know that she probably doesn't really even like. And also, he's almost 10 years older than her. So, like, is the age gap thing bothering her? Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, she's got a lot of stuff she's not saying, and she's shoveling it off on the Renaissance Fair weekend. So, she's the asshole, but in an understandable situation.
Yeah. Okay. I agree with that. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Am I the asshole for telling my brother-in-law that his reasons for not allowing his daughter to get her ears pierced are misplaced at best and creepy at worst?
Ooh. This is
this reeks of like prom dad with a gun.
Yeah.
Or like that guy kind of situation. So here we go.
Yeah.
My 25 female older sister, 34 female, and her husband, 36 male, have a daughter, 12 female. Recently, my niece had mentioned that she thinks it's unfair that her parents wouldn't let her get her ears pierced. To avoid undermining, I just said they probably have a very good reason. Sometime later, I was with my sister and her husband in their living room. Mostly out of curiosity and wanting to be nosy, I asked them why they wouldn't let their daughter get her ears pierced. My sister said it's her husband's idea, and she told him to explain why. He told me that he doesn't want her to get extra attention from boys. He said before he got married, he almost always noticed the earrings a woman is wearing. I was trying to hold my tongue as I'm a known big mouth. My sister asked why I'm making a face. She asked if I think they're bad parents. I told her I don't think I should answer, but she told me to answer. I said, I think bad parents is probably too severe. I told her that her husband's reasons are misplaced at best and creepy at worst. My sister started yelling at me while her husband tried to calm her down. How dare I say that about her husband? I have no kids, so I have no right to tell her what to do with her daughter, and on and on. Did my big mouth get me in trouble again, or am I the asshole?
I don't think you're the asshole. I think
this guy's got like an ear fetish.
Yeah, and that is creepy as shit. Yeah,
I honestly thought it was going to be way worse.
Yeah, I did too. I was kind of scared, but yeah.
So this definitely feels like a big mouth situation because, like, I get it. He's feeding into the patriarchal things of ownership of women, and you want to speak up and blah blah blah. But if you're already the family member that they know is gonna say that, they were already just waiting for you to say that shit. Like, that sister was ready to talk all her shit as soon as she voiced her opinion. You know, she was like, no, say it. You're making a face. What is it, you stupid liberal? You know, it seems like one of those situations where it's just like, I'm just saying your daughter should have bodily autonomy, and they're like, that's why you shouldn't believe everything that George Soros hires you to think. And you're like, all right, I shouldn't have brought this up to you. So this is like you're the asshole in the universe you have met your family members in, but in the real world, you're not the asshole. But we all have to have our own little worlds away from reality where like family exists.
Yeah.
And sometimes they are separate from reality.
Yeah.
So one of the top comments is, if your brother-in-law had a foot fetish, would he force his daughter to wear combat boots so no one would see her toes? Like, valid.
Yeah.
I always think that whenever people are just like, my daughter's shorts are too revealing. I'm like, or is it just hot and it's the summer and you can't stop staring at your daughter's ass? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I gotta say, being adjacent to bad parents in the comedy community, you really get to hear some terrible parent takes at hacky open mics.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, there's always the standard, like, oh, I should be able to beat my kid's gay, whatever. But it's just like, sometimes they say some shit and you're like, I see why you didn't get 50-50 custody, brother.
Yeah.
So that's some Am I the Asshole stories. I really wish I would have swapped that last one for the lighthearted fucking Renaissance Fair one. But hey,
it's okay.
You live and you learn. I
Yeah.
honestly thought that last one was going to be worse. Like
Yeah,
the
I really
brother-in-law
did
was going
too.
to be like, I don't need anyone else penetrating my daughter, you know, like something crazy like
Oh
that.
God.
I thought it
Yeah.
was going to be like a wild take like that. So sometimes people aren't as bad as the world could actually be. So sometimes take things that people say with a grain of salt because it could be worse. Any sort of fun media things you've been going through? Any new music? Any new shows?
Oh well, I've been listening to Questlove's book on creativity again.
Nice.
Um, and I found that he teaches a master class on curation, which is basically the topic I'm trying to get him to expound upon in the creativity book that he wrote. Because I don't really understand. I didn't take away a big curation moment from the book like I thought I should have. So I'm trying to find more information about that from him, because I think it's probably important, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I've
and
been
yeah,
thinking a lot about creativity and things lately
cool,
because I'm in the middle of doing a lot of Sad Giants recording stuff.
nice.
And I'm
How's that
trying,
going?
it's going all right. I'm a little behind and I'm just trying to like pump myself up
Cool.
to like be in the headspace to record all proper. I've been watching a
Yeah,
lot of old Blink 182 recording documentaries because that's
nice.
what originally
Yeah,
got me into like the
right.
whole wanting to be in a band thing anyway.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm just like trying
exactly.
to psych myself up about it again.
Cool. Good. Yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how to get my parents to buy me a synthesizer. I play guitar and always have played guitar, but since my accident, my guitar playing is not satisfying to me. And so I'm wanting an instrument that is less uh, coordination dependent, um, that I can still sort of use as a conduit of creativity.
Yeah.
So, so I've got some money saved, but not enough in order to buy them. So I was wondering, it's like, well, if I put this much money forward, will y'all help me with the rest of it? And the synthesizer that I want has come down by half in price. They
Nice.
were $1,200, and now they're like $600, which is still a lot of money, but it's significantly less.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Hell
And
yeah.
I found one on Reverb today for like $479. Yeah, which is like, it's used, which does not matter to me as long as it's
Same.
not broken. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, as long as it works. But that's one thing I've been kind of thinking about. My AFL owner, and friend Stefan had a band, and so I kind of want to create some beats for him, just as sort of a creative exercise. I mean, I'm
You could
not thinking.
always you could always try to just get a free software on your computer and work with plugins because there's a lot of
I've,
good
I've
free there's a lot of good free stuff.
I've tried to do that some, and it's a total disconnect for me. I don't. I mean, I
Just
like
too
moves.
analog.
Yeah, I'm an analog dude, and the digital stuff is wildly powerful, but it's not intuitive. I don't get it.
Let's see. I don't think I got anything else going on. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
hang out at a Don't Tell tonight. Andrea was just hitting me
Ooh,
up, let me know where it was. So I'm just gonna go hang out
nice.
at a Don't Tell.
Okay.
It's
Do you have to drive far for it, or is it gonna
no,
be in
it's
town?
honestly like because I live right off Prater, and that turns into
Oh,
Fourth or Pyramid.
okay.
Fuck, I already forget which is which.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it turns into Fourth Street, so I'm just gonna drive straight down because it's at
Nice.
Abby's Highway 40, and
Okay.
that place has a really nice like patio area. So I really hope it's
Cool.
an outdoor show, so we can all just be in
Yeah,
the breezy summer,
yeah,
sitting around. Oh, it's gonna be so
yeah,
nice. So yeah, I'm just gonna go
yeah.
hang out with some comics
It,
and
Yeah,
at a
and
time.
don't tell shows are pretty sweet.
And they're always
Based.
stacked with great comics, so I'm
Yeah,
excited.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, and Nick Jostin is told me he's going to be starting an MFA program at Emerson College.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, so he's going to be in the East Coast. So if you strike a notion to come visit Nick Jostin, y'all should come
Have
visit
a
me.
whole little
Yes.
tour. I got a buddy up
Yeah.
in Pittsburgh too, so I might just have to
Okay,
do the
do
whole little
you?
East Coast tour.
That would be awesome. Yeah, and we could do a live in person podcast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And that'll be crazy. Crazy. Whoa.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's how
Hell
we're gonna
yeah.
send it off. Just fucking
Okay.